Hey everybody, we're going to take a look at the Planet Eclipse CSR today. I already did a review recently on the CS1, and all I'm going to talk about in this review really is the things that are different between the two guns, the things that have changed with the CSR. So I'm going to direct you first over to my CS1 review. Go find that on the channel. Because a lot of the features are the same, the shot's going to be the same, and we're just going to talk about the unique things to the CSR. First off, you get a carbon fiber case. Real cool. Planet Eclipse says these are very expensive to make. One of the reasons that the CSR costs $1,800 new instead of the $1,500 from the CS1. Another key thing that I've already done a review on is the Shaft FL barrel kit you get. When you buy the CSR, you get the barrel tip along with 3 backs, 681, 685, 689. Throw that together. And yeah, this is a top of the line barrel, one of the best in paintball right now. Very, very solid. They do sell separately now a 677 back that you can buy. There's not room for that in the case. I don't think Planet Eclipse had originally intended to make that barrel. But enough demand for it, they decided to go for a smaller size, so you can pick that up aftermarket. Everything else you get with the gun is the same. You get lube, Allen keys, parts kit, soft tip and hard tip bolt, and we'll jump into the gun now. So my gun, I recently posted a video about custom anodizing with Caustic Customs. Mine's already been through that process, so it's going to look a little different. It's polished out. Yeah, and has a different design on it, but that is the only difference here between a regular CSR. Oh, and I've gone with a Inception Designs feed neck for lighter weight, but the stock Planet Eclipse feed neck that comes on the CSR is the same one as in my CS1 review. So where does this gun differ from the CS1? Obviously, we talked about the case and the barrel kit. First thing, you get the blade trigger. The blade style trigger is extremely popular right now. I understand completely why Planet Eclipse has put it on this gun. The trigger shoe design that Planet Eclipse uses on the CS1 and obviously the CSR is one of my favorites. I think it makes for a real snappy trigger. I like the feel of it, but I personally prefer the curved trigger that was on the CS1 over the blade trigger. That is completely preference. A lot of people really want this blade trigger right now, so it makes sense that it's on this gun. Personally, yeah, I kind of like the other one a little bit better, but that's going to be a preference thing. Obviously, this gun is lighter. That is one of the biggest changes, really, is they've just stripped the gun down. The CS1, if you look at it from the back, it's really fat in the body. Like if you look at the back of the body here, you just notice that it's a real big gun in the body. And they've essentially milled down every piece of metal on the body that could possibly be taken out. In the process, I think this gun really doesn't have good milling body lines. It looks a little strange in that it's really skinny at the body, but then it gets to the bottom of the body and it has to widen out to be able to fit like the board in there and to meet up with the grip frame. I don't think the milling looks the best. I understand the purpose is really just to drop weight. A reason I kind of went with this little bit crazier anodizing scheme is because I didn't really think that there were great body lines on this gun to make an anodizing pattern that met the body lines. The milling is a little strange to me, but it fulfills the purpose of making the gun light. The eye covers are much more slimmed down, milled out, and one thing that's really cool, I'm actually going to pop this foregrip off and show you the eye cover, because they've cut out the CSR name. Now hopefully we'll be able to see that through there, but it actually says CSR through the eye cover. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Put that back together. Okay. So we talked about blade trigger, basically a milled down body, the eye covers are cool, and then something I think is really unique, the ASA. super milled down. I really like the lines on the ASA. It just really doesn't look like anything else out there. It's got a super cool design to it. Big fan of that. You get some other little things, like when you boot the gun up, it'll say CSR instead of CS1. Really, that's about it. Though a lot of the value is coming out of this nice barrel kit, and then with it being a milled down gun, for me, I like the feel of it more. I felt like the Geo CS1 was just a little bit too heavy. I feel like this is more balanced in my hands with the lightweight. I mean, obviously I've got this Inception Designs feed neck. My gun sits around 1 pound 14 to 15 ounces. Is very lightweight. It's pretty much as light as all the other light guns out there, except maybe something like the Shocker, which is just real small. Yeah, so that lightweight makes the gun to me feel more balanced. And I hand this gun to people that have shot a CS1 and they take some shots with it, and for some reason it feels like the grip frame is smaller. It's the exact same grip frame, but it feels in the hands like it's smaller, and I think that's just kind of something you can attribute to it being lighter weight and real milled down. So it's definitely cool. They say it's 100 grams or maybe a little over 100 grams lighter than the CS1. Really cool there. So I personally prefer the CSR over the CS1 because it feels better to me with the lightened body. Now that the CS 1.5 has come out, a lot of the things that made the CSR unique are no longer unique. One of the only things that remains for the CSR that the CS 1.5 doesn't have is the ASA. But even the ASA on the CS 1.5 is real milled down. It's just not quite the same lines as on here. The body styling on the 1.5 I think is better. I think it looks cooler. It has very aggressive styling. You get with the CS 1.5 the carbon fiber barrel, the Shaft FL. You only get one back instead of three, but you can obviously purchase additional backs depending on the size of your paint where you live. It's almost the same weight. So for me, the CS 1.5 is pretty much going to feel exactly like a CSR. I personally haven't shot one yet, but I'm going to say that I would like the CS 1.5 over the CS1 because it's lightened up, like I said. Feels a little bit better in the hands and more balanced. The CSR is a phenomenal gun. I talked about the shot quality and the reliability of the CS1, and it all follows through into the CSR. This is kind of the gun that, yeah, I'm really impressed with out of the high ends. I haven't shot personally Luxey's M2, but I really see no reason to get away from the CS platform for myself. You'll know if you watch the videos on this channel that I like super smooth guns, and this has really become the perfect combination for me of being incredibly reliable with the design of the bolt that they have, and also being very smooth. Not as smooth probably as the smoothest guns out there, but still really nice shot quality, and more efficient than the balanced spool valves that typically have the smoothest shot. So there you go. Some of the differences between the CS1 and the CSR. If you want my full opinions of kind of everything on these guns, you'd probably go through and watch my CS1 review because it's definitely more in depth. There you go, guys. Subscribe to the channel. If you're liking the videos, get some updates on what's coming out next. I've got a few more things in the works that will be out before too long. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, like the video, and we'll see you next time.